Hey, what's up, y'all? I was watching this guy, I guess, on YouTube. His thing is Fantavision, I think. He's talking about how when he worked at Walmart, well, it got me thinking about places that I've worked at. And, I've done some odd ranges of jobs. I've never been able to work at Walmart, oddly. I've put in probably about 75 applications with them over the course of 10 years now, since I was old enough to work 10 years ago, legally. He was also drinking an IPA beer, which I want to try, but anyways, I'm not much of a drinker, but I'm not a lightweight, but anyways, getting back to the point, I worked at Papa John's in Columbus, Ohio, and I loved it. I thought it was cool. I was a pizza delivery. And, like, the most shitty part of the day working, like, because I worked, evening. I would go in either at, like, 3:30, 4:30, 5:30 in the afternoon, evening, work until 2. I wouldn't get out of there possibly until I'm there, like, 3:30. Because when I got done, when we were closing, I also had to help, sweep and mop and put up shit and wash shit and move shit. That was the shitty part. But driving, that was pretty cool. Even though I still had the same attire, I guess you'd say, like what you wear, like, as the rest of them in the back when I was not in the back all the time I was driving. But what was cool about it is the one I worked at was on Parsons Avenue. Well, if you don't know nothing about Columbus, Ohio, Parsons Avenue is a pretty bad part of Columbus. So, anyways, my manager thought it'd be funny one night, because I lived in that area, thought it'd be funny one night to send me to a house that has gotten quite a few of his pizza deliverers robbed. And my thing about it was, I took it, and I knew the house, I knew no one lived there. I called my pot dealer. I sold him the pizza. He gave me the money for the pizza, and I told him I'd see him after I got off from work. Well, technically I gave him the pizza, I just paid for it in my tips. But still, I came back with the money, and it was always, my manager was always like, what? And that's why I did how I worked. Because he really didn't like the fact that I was pretty much, my tip money was very good. I made more, my whole 2-week paycheck that I got paid, like, on the hours, I made in 2 days in tips. Like, for real. Because where I was on the border of what we call German Village up there. That's what it's called, German Village. And one side of Parsons Avenue, you'll probably pay close to $100,000 to $150,000 for a fucking house, and then on the complete other side of this avenue, you'd probably pay around $30,000 for a house. Could be the same type of house. You could take the same house and do some abracadabra shit and mirror it to the opposite side of the street, and one would only cost you $30,000, and the other one would cost you about $150. So it was really, like that. And then we had downtown, and then we also had the hood where I lived at. Well, every night I would work on the evening time, and like I said, they wouldn't let you wear anything but khakis. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm not really a khaki wearing type of guy. I'm more of a blue jeans or some kind of, jean type guy, but not khakis. I just don't like khakis, but I did it for the job, and you couldn't have like loops or nothing, which I can understand that, but I couldn't get any khakis from, lo and behold, Walmart. Why is it such a damn store over here? You know, yeah, he was right. You know, I watched that entire 22 minutes or 23 minutes or whatever the hell it was, and he said, I wonder if you're going to start noticing this shit. Well, I've been noticing that shit about Walmart. I mean, I've been to the original Walmart, which is in, I can't remember what it's called, Bentonville or something. It starts with a B, but it's in Arkansas. And when you go there, I mean, I applied for Walmart 75 times in 10 years, and they keep telling me that I got a part wrong in the questionnaire that has no right or wrong answers. Tell me, how the fuck can you get a no right or wrong answer wrong? It's like they ask you, if a customer walks up and asks and is agitated, and asks you questions or something, it's like and I'm like, you get four answers to it, and it's like, let me think of one of the answers. One of the questions that they said that I got wrong on the little kiosk thing where you type and do all your, you know, you can go to the store and do it. I've never done one on a computer or a phone or nothing like that. I go to the store and do it. I believe in paper applications, not this computerized bullshit. It's just stupid. Yeah, when I started, everything was still doing paper applications, and then all of a sudden, a year after that, everybody converged over to this fucking internet shit. I'm like, ugh. But anyways, now, that was one of the questions on there. It's the one that stood out to me, and I'm like, if somebody comes up to me and it's like, fuck you, you white cracker son of a bitch, you sold me a defective phone or something, and I'm like, well, I just got on my shift. You know, the way I would have answered it with the answers it gives you like, either you can tell them to go fuck off, you know, or you can tell them, hold on, let me go get my manager, like, I don't know, I just work here, let me get somebody that can help you, type shit. That's how I would have handled it. Like, this is not my department, I just work here, I don't deal with that, I don't know, I just got on the clock, I can get somebody that can help you, can you wait 1 second? You know, that's how I would have handled it, which I've seen numerous Walmart employees handle it the exact same way, so I'm thinking, maybe that's exactly how I'm supposed to handle it too? I've never seen another employee that has an outrageous, you know, person like you, just whatever, in that situation that didn't handle it that way, so I answered it that way. There was no right or wrong answer. It was in the section that states, these next questions are no right or wrong answers. So I answered it, you know, hold on 1 second, let me get my manager, maybe she can help you better than I can, since obviously I'm not helping you somehow, so I said that one, but I got it wrong, so they didn't even look at my application, and that's been for 10 years, since I was 15, I'm 25 now, so it's like, my dad also applied probably about the same amount of times I have in the past 20 years. He went one time, and this is a true story, he walks in and applies to be a cashier. They say he's overqualified to be a cashier. He says, okay. So he goes back through it again a few months later and applies to be the cart pushers, the one that are outside gathering the carts from the little cart thingies in the parking space and taking them back inside to where you can grab a cart. They said he was underqualified to be a cart pusher. So my dad, he's like, okay, no, I see what's going on. You just don't want me to work here. You know, how am I overqualified to be a cashier, but underqualified to be a cart pusher? And look at all of the people that are doing the hard labor in Walmart. they're old. They're either old or they're like, they've got problems to where they're not, how do I say this in not a dick way or not an asshole way? I know I'm not supposed to say this, and I'm probably going to have comments about this, but you know what? I don't know any other way to say it. Mentally challenged, retardish, you know, like, it's got problems that way, or very, very autistic, to where they don't speak very well. They're always, or they're real overweight or something, or they're real old, and they're always going out there getting the car. It's like, then they got the young ones standing behind the counter. No. This is what you need to do. The old people, you're trying to kill them that way. You need to let them do some easier jobs in Walmart instead of giving them like the bulky shit in the back to move by themselves, and you know, pulling them big ass freaking things with all of the boxes and shit on them for all the young people that, I mean, so the young people, us young people are not weak, but most of us aren't accustomed to hard labor. I'm accustomed to hard labor. If you look at my hands, that's clean, right? My hands look dirty, but that's clean. It's as clean as my hands will get if I scrub the shit out of them for an hour and a half. Okay? I work. And I'm a hard worker. So I know the difference between, you know, excessive work and get off your ass and work type work. Like, I've been in both situations to where I didn't feel like getting up and working while I was at work, which didn't go very good because I didn't stay working there that long. So I learned really quick, can't be lazy when I'm at work, gotta get up and work. So it's like, you know, like, I don't know, I just think it's all fucked up. But I think the Walmart thing that I was watching with Fanavision, that was, I'm gonna put a link, I'm gonna try to figure out how to put his link to that video in the description. I'm figuring that stuff out. Like I said, I'm new to this stuff, so I mostly just make remixes of shit and put on my channel, but I've been watching Birdman and all this and all that, you know, and all these different ones, and I watch a lot of stuff with YouTube. I've got a brain injury right now to where eventually I'm going to lose all of my memory and all that stuff, so it's actually a disease, and so I'm learning, and I think that's helping keeping my neurological connections there, because it's eventually what's going to stop. And I've gotten a lot wiser over the past 2 years, so I just wanted to say I enjoyed working at Papa John's. That's if, you know, because I know how people will talk about don't work at these places, but not a lot of people, it's like the law, you know, you hear about all this stuff you cannot do, so you're questioning like, well, what the fuck can I do if I can't go out here and drive a car without a license, I can't speed, I can't, like, you know, do a California stop at a stop sign if there's no cars coming. Like, well, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like, no one ever tells you what you can do. You just hear what you cannot do. If you ever look at everything, I guarantee after hearing this one, you probably will. But like I said, Papa John's was pretty cool. I mean, the downside was, you know, they need drivers. And your car, it's you and your car, you know, it's like, they can either give you, so most of the time they give you this light thing that goes on top of your vehicle, and it suction cups to it. Well, I'm not going to speak too much longer, because it's like 14 and a half minutes going on, so another 10 seconds, but anyways, if you want a good job, it pays good. I mean, depends on the area too. I've heard that because I've tried to apply at Papa John's in Pennsylvania, Lancaster, and I was talking to people that work there, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll love to have you here." And they're friendly as fuck. Everybody can talk. You don't have any problem where the manager is going to tell you not to talk. If you're just sitting there and there's no one in there buying pizzas inside, obviously, what the fuck are you going to do? You got all the pizzas made that you can do, and You know, most of the time, if you go up to a pizza parlor at night and they're about to close, and you say, look, I know you're about to throw them out. Instead of throwing them in the dumpster when y'all close, if I sit out here, can you throw me a pizza? The one that you're about to throw away. Because they can't hold that pizza overnight and when they open up, go send it out. They can't just reheat it. It's not like that. It's, all fast food joints are like that too. Whatever food's left over, you have to throw away. Papa John's and Domino's, they're pretty much about the same, They're just the same, different flavor, different name. That's it. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's like Hunt's versus Kent's ketchup. Same damn thing. Just different flavor and different name. You know what I mean? Or Heinz or something, But like I said, Papa John's is not that bad. Delivering pizzas is actually not that bad, depending on the area. If you're in an area where you're in like a bigger city, you're going to make a lot more money. If you're in like a rural area like Lancaster, Pennsylvania, I'm no longer in Pennsylvania, I'm in Florida. Thank God. I'm the fuck out of that cold ass place. But if you're in like Columbus, Ohio, you're going to make some money. You're going to make, depending on your lifestyle, you might break even. But I made more than enough. I made great money working for Papa John's in Columbus, Ohio. Just FYI, if you're thinking about getting a job. The other one that I've worked at is Taco Bell. Now, Taco Bell wasn't that bad neither, but just the people that I worked with were kind of horrible, which Taco Bell, you make alright money. They pay you good. It's adequate, I guess you could say. But the amount of work you got to do and the amount of ingredients and which order to put them in and how much to put them in and how to fold them, it's a pain in the ass, and that is the